Good afternoon from a sunny Lanzarote. I think I'm on about my 11th day in Lanzarote with my daughter and grandson. It's been hot every day. I'm all covered up because literally I'm got a lot brown. I haven't really got burnt, although my head's got burnt a little bit. So let's have a look at the Albox. How does it look? It's always better to see the eyes, isn't it, when people make videos? Anyway, can't do that right now, so I'm going to cover up. On Saturday the 3rd, I believe. Let me just check that. Yeah, Saturday the 3rd. I'm back for about 3 days in Blighty, England. Cold, miserable weather, lightly in July. And then I booked a one-way flight to Alicante, and the plan at the moment is I've hired a car. So the first 2 weeks I'm going to drive from Alicante all the way down into Andalusia, in two places, Albox and Arbelos, the two areas I want to explore. But I'm going to go back to La Zenia, La Florida, Mil Palmeres, where we've got a mate, and I'm going to explore all that coastline with, I believe, a serious view to buying a property in Spain. And the reason being that I have 200,000. I probably could push it to 250,000 to spend on a property and still have enough money left to live on, as I'm fully retired now, no more income. So 250,000 in the UK, where my daughter lives in Didcot, will get me a one-bed house, maybe. I don't think I'll even get a two-bed flat anymore. So it won't get me very much at all. And 200,000 in the right area of Spain, I'm hoping to get, which I think would be a good investment for my family, my daughter eventually. A little detached villa with its own swimming pool. A little bit away from the beach. I don't need to be on the seafront or the beach because I'm not a sand fan, and you can drive, if you're half an hour, 3/4 hour drive to the beach, then you're close really, aren't you? So yeah, I can afford to be further away from the beach. And that's where you get the value for money really. So I'm going to have a look at that, and there really is a possibility I'm going to buy, because I've done this calculation that, say, because I don't own a property in the UK anymore, if I have to live in the UK or Europe, I'm likely to pay £1,000 a month rent minimum. And if I do that for 20 years, I think it's £240,000 in rent, and that money's gone with nothing to show for it. Whereas I can afford to buy something outright without a mortgage for the 200. I'd like to keep it 200, 220 maximum, really. Gives me a little bit more breathing space. No mortgage, and then when I have popped off the clogs, there'll be something for my daughter and grandson to inherit. Thailand's still very much in the market as well, because having a base somewhere, whether it be England or France or Spain or Italy, wherever really, I could still get on a plane and go to Thailand for 3 or 4 months a year, maybe even longer. For the first couple of years I may go there longer. I just think I need a base, I need a home, I need a place, I need that drawer where all your shit is. Everybody else has got a drawer usually in their kitchen or dining room where all their shit and crap is. iPhone chargers that don't work anymore, things like that. So I haven't got that. Everything's in storage, all locked up. I never know what's where. I've done 2 years of it. It'll be 2 years this October. I've been travelling without having a base or having a home. So I think there is a chance I will buy something. The only question will be is, will I buy something as big as what I'm thinking? As I say, a detached villa with a pool, my own pool, not communal. Or will I spend half of that on something with a communal pool and more of an apartment, more of a lock up and leave? I really don't know, so I'm going to keep an open mind, and of course I'm going to change my mind. But that's kind of the rough plan at the moment. And yeah, so I'll keep you informed. My vlog will be in Spain very soon, driving, exploring, and I'm going to make some videos on all that. And then my plan is still to go back to Thailand in September. Kept my condo in Jomtien, so it's costing me £300 a month, which is absolutely superb. If it was only closer to the UK, I would just stay renting there for the foreseeable future while my fitness is reasonable for my age, but I think it still is too far away. But we'll see what Spain brings. I mean, the one thing I noticed here in Lanzarote, you know, all the islands are more expensive, but I went down to the town yesterday, and the town wasn't very nice at all, really. I thought it was going to be a lot nicer and more, I don't know, more pretty, and it's got boarded up shops and all looks a bit grim, and it's not really a nice place in Playa Blanca, Lanzarote, so I wasn't impressed with that. It's very windy, the islands are always windy. Everything you bring to an island has an extra cost, so usually island cost of living and food and everything is dearer than the mainland. The mainland has a shorter flight, so the mainland wins hands down, and the fact that it gets cold in the winter, well, A, that would be refreshing to have a bit of cold, and B, I could bugger off to Thailand as well, so that's kind of the plan. Let's see how it goes. Alright, so who's coming with me then? This Saturday I set off to Alicante with the car hire. The type of property I think I'm looking for is one of my choices would be if I'm a little bit away from the coast, because I don't want to be on the seafront. I'm not a sand fan, I'm not really a sea fan. To have a view of it would be nice, to have a nice view. If I go a little bit inland, half an hour or more in from the coast, in areas like Albox and Arborelos, I can get a detached, sometimes 3-bed, 3-bath bungalow with its own swimming pool for 230,000. So that interests me. Don't think I really want a communal pool if it's going to be my home, even though I wouldn't be there all the time. I think Dylan's just hurt himself in the room. So yeah, I've got friends in La Florida, which is by Lasagna, and also down in Mil Primeros. So Moya and Baz and Max, see you soon. Made another friend through Peter Lawson in Soho, made a contact with a lady who's bought properties in and around Lasagna, so that could be a useful contact. But yeah, got the car coming, and let's see who's going to come with me. We've got about an hour to go. We're packing up before we start travelling to the airport. Leave here just before 6 o'clock, and we fly about 8 o'clock, so home at midnight, and hopefully Dylan will just sleep on the plane. But so as for areas, yeah, I know if I go too rural, then there'll be a problem with the language, and obviously I don't speak the language, so I need to be somewhere quite touristy, but I wouldn't be anywhere like Benidorm, definitely not. Suburbs maybe, I don't know, but central Benidorm is a massive no-no, and I didn't like Torrevieja either last time I went. So, but you need to be somewhere close to all those things to have, for me, one of the Brit abroad tourists who can't speak the language and needs his English food, Falang food. Thailand's still there. I'm going back probably September time. My visa is available till next April, and I've kept my condo, so I am planning to go back back there in September, unless I was to buy somewhere. And again, I shouldn't be buying somewhere that I haven't lived for at least 6 months, so maybe I might even end up renting somewhere, but then I wouldn't start that rent. Well, I don't know when I could start the rent. I can give up my contract in Thailand, it's not a problem. but August is the most expensive time to go to Spain, so even when I do just cheap accommodations, it's gonna cost me quite a bit. So yeah, who's coming with me? Come on board, like and follow. See you in Alicante soon. So there we are, that was a short video, wasn't it? Off to mainland Spain next. Very clear foot of Ventura behind me, and all the locks that they put on. Let's see what Spain brings, shall we?